3rd and 4. Hayes goes left, Allworth right. Hayes will be covered by Willie Williams. Allworth by Athens. Foul back. Will be wiped out at the 35. Good pressure. Al Peck coming on the blitz from his linebacking position. Brett Dreyer pressuring, and Carl Lockhart coming on the safety blitz.
Well, hello. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out this video, and welcome to the Gridiron. And before I get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone out there who's been watching my videos. Thank you. If you give this video maybe a thumbs up or possibly leave a comment below or maybe share this video, it would mean so much to me. But anyway, thank you so much for just taking time out of your day to check out this video. Thank you. Well, we got some good news. Saquon was back at practice on Monday. Gotta like that. So now he's been out since obviously week 5 against the Cowgirls when some people just can't catch a break. I mean, the freakish accident he had is stepping on the guy's foot. I got some of it, and I can't remember going back and looking and remembering if Daniel Jones had like a lot of pressure on him or what it was, but Saquon was open. Daniel Jones fired the ball over his head. I mean, the ball got thrown over Saquon's head. Saquon was kind of like looking to see where the ball went, and then it's when he stepped on the foot. If the ball was there, delivered the ball, boom, you catch it. He plants, and he's running. Okay, he's not stepping on nobody's foot. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, if Daniel Jones hit him with the ball, he wouldn't have been injured. Plain and simple. But now, if he does wind up playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right, it would be only the 8th time in the last 26 games that he'll be playing. 8 out of 26. God, unbelievable. Now the Giants are 3-6, but they're 2-2 without Saquon. And they, if they didn't like self-destruct or had some better luck, or if Oshane Ximines didn't jump off sides and deny Darnay Holmes of the interception, or yada yada yada, the Giants could actually be 3-1 without Saquon Barkley. Devontae Booker, back-to-back over 100-yard all-purpose, back-to-back games. So, say what you will about Gettleman. That was a good pickup. Got him for 2 years, okay, and with Saquon getting hurt, that's a good pickup. I mean, Devontae's good. He's not going to break an 80-yarder, but I mean, give him a hole north and south, he'll get you some yards, and he's very good in the pass receiving game too. So you got to give him credit there. Devontae Booker was a very, very good pickup this year. Okay. Even if Barkley doesn't have a phenomenal game, all right, he was struggling or whatever, he's still, even with him on the field, the defense has still got to take count for him. It's even like Evan Ingram, all right, he has his mismatch abilities and he drops a lot of balls, but you still got to account for him, all right? So even having a guy on the field, and also too, just having him on the field or in the huddle, whatever, just lifts everybody else up there. It's having him out there on the field. It's very, very important. We also got Gary Brightwell. All right, so he's off the COVID list, so he'll be playing, or he'll be on the roster anyway. He'll be playing special teams, and then we got Burton Burns, the running backs coach. He's off the COVID list too, so he'll be on the sidelines. Now, unfortunately, things may not be quite as positive for Andrew Thomas and Sterling Shepard. Both of them were working with trainers. Okay, so still got a week, but we'll have to wait and see. Then also the same thing with Lorenzo Carter. He was having a problem with his ankle, and Nate Ebner, he was having a problem with his ankle as well too. Nate Ebner, we waited for him to come back from he had surgery. Waited for him to come back. Finally got him. Then he hurt his quad, and he was out. Then he came back. Then he hurt his ankle. Now he's been out once again for a few weeks too. So, but anyway, it would sure be nice if we get Shepard on the field, and it would sure be nice especially if we get Andrew Thomas on the field. if you wind up losing to the Bucks, it's not like, it's all right. I mean, no, it's not all right. You want to beat the Bucks, okay? Look, the Washington football team beat the Bucks, okay? The Eagles lost to the Bucks. The Eagles only lost by 6 points to the Bucks. You know what I mean? So it's not like, it's not like, it's the defending Super Bowl champs. We just, man, they shouldn't even bother showing up. No, you show up and you play your best, and any given Sunday / Monday, anything can happen. But if we do lose to them, okay, they have 8 games left, all right? This is one of the games that you can kind of consider that, like, okay, it's on the road, defending Super Bowl champs, Tom Brady, blah, 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 blah. Anybody at the beginning of the season, or even right now, would be chalking this up for a loss, all right? If anybody beginning of the season, it was a Giant fan, like, looked at this game, but, yeah, we got this one. Yeah, you're just plumb crazy, so... I mean, if we wind up losing this one, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to suck. It's going to hurt. It's going to be annoying. But you can live with it. I mean, if we wind up losing to the Chicago Bears, the Miami Dolphins, Washington football team, somebody like that, later on, that's going to be more bothering, okay? But, I mean, if they wind up losing here, okay. So if it's going to take Andrew Thomas maybe 2 weeks to come back, okay. If it takes Shepard maybe 2 weeks to come back, okay. Hopefully you get the guys back within the next couple of weeks, because if we're gonna make any type of a push whatsoever for the playoffs, we pretty much need almost all hands on deck, and that includes Sterling Shepard, because Shepard was having a phenomenal season so far when he was healthy on the field. Between him and Daniel Jones, they had a heck of a connection going. And with Andrew Thomas, he was doing very, very well this year, right? So it would be nice to get him back on the field. Then we got Patrick Graham, okay? He's been starting to get the head coaching buzz going on again. It says, per Jason Lockenfora, okay, of CBS Sports. All right, this is, I'll leave a link in the description box. You can check it out if you want. All right. Patrick Graham, he's continuing to get mounting buzz, okay, in the league circles for his fine work he's been doing right now. You may not want to say that so much maybe in the beginning of the season, or maybe after they played the Cowboys or after they played the Rams. They give up, over 80 points in 2 games. But, I mean, the last 3 weeks, the Giants, has done pretty good. They've only allowed 39 points last 3 weeks, and they've only allowed 314 yards per game over the last 3 games, right? So, he's starting to get, he seems like he's starting to dial stuff up, of course, now I'm talking about all this. Yeah, we're starting to do good, and then we'll wind up losing 48-10 to the Bucks, but I don't want to jinx us anyway. But, he looks like he's starting to, I guess, get a better situation, a better grasp on, the guys that he has and all that, and what they can and cannot do. Now, I think unfortunately, even with the beefed up secondary, because the Giants, they lost 2 captains. Okay, now, Jabrill Peppers is a liability in coverage, but he's very good at tackling, he's very good in the box, he's very good at creating pressure on the quarterback. Okay, and then, of course, we lost Blake Martinez, week number 3, right? But also with that, we don't have Dalvin Tomlinson either, okay? Now, I think some of that is possibly hurt. Now, Dalvin's never going to get a bunch of sacks, but he can possibly create problems for the offensive line, which might help free up maybe Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, somebody else, I mean, Dalvin's doing very well with Minnesota this year. Okay, he's grading Pro Football Focus. He's grading out at 72.8. He's grading out very well. All right, so, I mean, I think at the beginning of the season, if you asked, because what we had last year at the second cornerback position last year was very, very, it's not good at all. Okay, I think if you had polled Giant fans at the beginning of the season and said, What would you rather have? Would you rather have, sign Leonard Williams and Dalvin Tomlinson and still have Isaac Yiadom as a second cornerback? Or would you rather, not have Dalvin Tomlinson but get Adoree Jackson? But you have Bradbury and Adoree Jackson. I bet you 75-80% would jump on that. We'll get that second cornerback. We have Bradbury and Adoree Jackson. Get the two cornerbacks in there. Then you got McKinney, Jabrill Peppers, Logan Ryan, running around as safeties and all that. I think people would sign up for that in a heartbeat. Well, I think that, especially in the beginning, I think of the season, I think that was possibly causing some problems, especially in the run game. And as I said, now, you lost the heart of the defense, the middle of the defense. Anything that gets through the front line, like Martinez hasn't been there. That hurts. Now, as I said, also with Jabrill Peppers not in there, too. So he has a few chess pieces that aren't there that he has to try to overcome, okay? Because you got Raymond Johnson III. He's graded out, basically like a three-headed monster trying to replace Dalvin Tomlinson. And none of these guys are in the 60s as far as a Pro Football Focus. Dalvin Tomlinson is a 72.8, almost a 73. Okay, Raymond Johnson III has only played in 79 snaps. He's grading out at a 59. Okay. The one who's played the most snaps, okay, in Dalvin Tomlinson's place is Austin Johnson. He's played 356 snaps. He's graded out at a 55. Okay. Then you got Danny Shelton, who keeps getting hurt. He's a big monster of a guy, but he keeps getting hurt. He's only been in there for 141 snaps. He's grading out, some of it might have to do with his injuries. I get that. But he's grading out at 36.5. Sometimes, it's a shame. What you had, with Dalvin Tomlinson, Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, the front three you had, was very, very special. The problem is that, how much money can you allocate toward your defensive line? If you're going to sign Leonard Williams at $21 million a year. Dexter Lawrence is on his rookie contract, but a first-round rookie contract, so he's making some money. Then you're going to give Dalvin Tomlinson $10 million, so you're going to basically pay, $35-40 million for your defensive front. The salary cap's a little over $180 million, and you're going to pay $40 million for your defensive front. That's pretty tough. Unfortunately, sometimes you get you're hurt. You get hurt or penalized, shall we say, sometimes for drafting good players. Because you just can't keep them all. So I think that's one of the problems that he's trying to accommodate for. With Blake Martinez, Jabrill Peppers, and the absence of Dalvin Tomlinson. So. It is what it is. But the past few games he's done very, very well. He did very, very well against the Chiefs, and did very, very well against the Raiders. Okay, and of course, we totally shut down the Carolina Panthers, but it looks like they're going. Looks like they're going down the dumper. So Patrick Graham, his head coaching buzz is starting to come up once again. These last 8 games, we'll have to wait and see how things go defensively. But the one thing is in the article here they were talking about me. Might Patrick Graham replace Joe Judge if they let him go? Very interesting. Because so far Judge is only 9-16 in his 2 seasons here. Very interesting. If the last 8 games, say we go like 2-6 or 3-5 or something, is Judge going to be around after that? Very interesting. So if you let him go, Mara is not very good. The owner of the Giants, Mara, is not very good at all at going out and trying to bring in talent. Like a GM or a coach or something like that. He's not very good at all. So he likes to promote from within. So you know what you got with Patrick Graham as far as a defensive coordinator. He did phenomenal last year. He's starting to turn the corner this year and starting to do pretty good, So he knows what he has with Patrick Graham. So that would be very interesting if the team really kind of collapses here in the last 8 games, which I hope certainly don't happen. But if they totally kind of collapse, say go 2-6, and then Joe Judge is like, what would that be, 11-22 or something? That would be he was a 333 winning percentage. He might be time to say bye-bye to Joe Judge, and it'll be very interesting to see if we can get Patrick Graham winds up taking the job. And then finally I saw, there was a video I did yesterday. It was talking about that the Giants have 18 guys on the injured reserve or injured that account for $33 million toward the salary cap. Well, then there was another article here that I saw. Once again, I'll leave another link in the description box. You can check it out. The Giants have 66 players, okay, that account for almost $16 million in dead cap money. 66 players. I mean, guys aren't on the team and you still pay 66 guys. I mean, it's almost like the Mets with Bobby Bonilla. I mean, it's just crazy. We're paying 66 guys and not even on the frickin' team. Now, the dead cap, okay, it's a salary cap charge, okay, for a player who's obviously no longer on the team, all right? Signing bonuses, option bonuses, and there's certain roster bonuses that you can put on there that are all prorated or spread out evenly over the life of the contract, up to a maximum of 5 years. That's if you sign a guy for 5 years. A lot of guys you're not signing for 5 years. A lot of deals are like 2 or 3 year deals. You know what I mean? So, but it's spread out over that. Okay. So when a player gets released, he gets traded or retires, the money that's owed to the guy gets accelerated. All right, and it's due to the player. Okay, and it's all winds up getting accelerated. It's on the team's current salary cap. All right, so if you sign a guy and you sign him to a roster bonus or signing bonus or something like that, and you sign him for like say a 3-year deal, just saying, and you sign him to like a roster bonus and you owe him like say $3 million, right, in bonuses, right, and spread out over the three years. So you say owe him $1 million each year. Well, so apparently from the first year, if the guy winds up retiring, all that $3 million you owe him gets all accelerated. Now you owe him dead cap money that first year. So the Giants have 66 players, okay? And a player, okay, can be released, right? Then he can be re-signed to a new deal. But if you release them and you owe them dead cap money and you re-sign them to a new deal, that dead cap money you still owe to them. Or the guy can be, who can be like on the practice squad and you like terminate his contract and then you bring him up to maybe the 53-man roster and you still might owe him dead cap money. So it's just crazy, just crazy. I mean, between the guys that are injured, okay, and the dead cap money we owe, it's almost $50 million that the Giants are paying out to guys who ain't being productive or on the team or are injured. $50 million out of over $180 million on the salary cap. Unbelievable. Now I'm going to read off just some. I'm not going to read off all 66. Well, this video will be about 3.5 days long, all right? So I'm just going to read off some, but I'm going to bring up 2 names to you. Okay, and then I'm going to make my final point, and we're going to cut the video, all right? I promise, all right? It's over an 18-minute long video right now. So, all right, so we got Golden Tate. We owe him $4.7 million. DeAndre Baker, we owe him $2.8 million. Kevin Zeitler, $2.5 million. Our best offensive lineman, we let him go. Kwity Paye, we owe him a cool $1 million. Sam Beal, $600,000. Jonathan Harrison, $410,000. David Sills, $358,000. Now here's name number 1. Josh Jackson, $357,000. All right, we owe him. $357. Just remember that, okay? Let's see. We got Casey Kreider, $337,000. B.J. Hill, $257,000, $250,000. C.J. Board, $200,000. Ryan Connerly, let him go. $167,000 we owe. Benardrick McKinney, $165,000. Trent Harris, $160,000. Corey Cunningham, $158,000. We owe him. Ryan Anderson, $137,000. Zach Fulton, $137,000. Dante Pettis, $121,000. Isaac Yiadom, this is the last name I'm going to go to, $100,000. Okay. Josh Jackson, $357,000. Isaac Yiadom, $100,000. We traded to the Denver Broncos a 7th-round pick to get Isaac Yiadom. So that 7th-round pick is gone. All right. We got Isaac Yiadom. All right. Then we traded with the Green Bay Packers. All right. Isaac gave them Isaac Yiadom. And we got Josh Jackson. So now we don't have the 7th-round pick, and now we don't have Isaac Yiadom. But we got Josh Jackson. Then we let Josh Jackson go, and I don't even know how many. Let me see here. I should. I do apologize. I should have looked this up here first. Here, Josh. Let me see how many snaps Josh Jackson played for the. Let's see here. Snaps by position. Josh Jackson. I don't see any 2nd-round pick. I don't see any snaps whatsoever. Last year he had snaps, but apparently he had no snaps for the Giants this year. Not one. So we don't have a 7th-round pick. We don't have Isaac Yiadom, and then we had Josh Jackson. We just let him go. So now we don't have a 7th-round pick, Isaac Yiadom, and Josh Jackson. And we owe $357,000 to Josh Jackson, $100,000 to Isaac Yiadom. So almost all the guys. So we don't have our 7th-round pick. We don't have Isaac Yiadom. We don't have Josh Jackson, and we don't have almost $500,000. Wow. I mean, what? I mean, did any of this make the team any better? No. I mean, why wouldn't you at least keep Isaac Yiadom? I mean, he was depth, right? But at least you had him on the field. I mean, you make this just trade for Josh Jackson, and the guy does absolutely nothing for you, and you let him go, and you owe him $357,000. I mean, are you serious? I mean, sometimes, in this case, sometimes you can make too many moves, right? So obviously I get it. Not doing nothing is the worst, okay? But sometimes, and as we see with the Giants, we owe 66 guys money on dead cap. 66 frickin' guys. Sometimes you can make too many moves. And in this case, Dave Gettleman made too many moves. Well, as always, guys, thank you so much for taking time any day to check out this video. You guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo!